Welcome everybody to Morell's Man Cave, where we keep the party going. Today's topic is a topic that needs to be had before you get married, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't talk about it. And we're talking about debt. Like, how much money does he have in debt before you get married? Vice versa, how much money does she have in debt before you get married? One of the biggest contributors to divorce, everybody think it's infidelity. That's not the answer. The answer is debt and money. Money is the number one contributor to divorce. You don't believe me? Go online and Google it yourself. I promise you, it's not gonna say infidelity. Oh my God, he cheated, girl. Get out of here. They ain't it. It's about money because the expectations for the couple were never set from the beginning. Let me break it down right fast. Give you guys a scenario. Let's call her Tom. Let's call her Kathy. Random names is irrelevant. The gender, the race of the person. Tom and Kathy. Congratulations. They meet. They go on 10,000 dates. They then had some bedroom fun. Then they had a whole bunch of bedroom fun. She didn't gain like 2 or 3 pounds. He didn't gain like 3 pounds throughout the relationship. Cool. He's more than likely in most relationships, not all, in most relationships, he's paying for the dates. He's hanging out. Baby, I got you, so forth, so on. He's spending money. She ain't spending nothing. He thinking to himself, oh, shoot, she's doing a good job right now. Cool. Now, potentially, in a lot of relationships, not all, but in a lot of relationships, they move in together to save some money to get married later on. Cool. Guess who's paying for the majority of the bills? In most cases, not all, but in most cases, the men. Okay, I got this. Spending money. I'm dating you. I pay for the electric, the water, the house. In most cases, this is used two cases. One is the man's paying for everything. He's paying for the dates, the house, the water, electric, Netflix bill, so forth, so on. Now she got to pay for her own car because she came to a relationship with her own car and her own car insurance. Cool. Pay for everything. She is still having her normal habits, whether it be her hair, her makeup, whether it be her expenses on buying purses, shoes, whatever it is. She's keeping her normal lifestyle, but she's not paying for rent anymore. She's not paying for rent anymore. Maybe she had a roommate. Maybe she had her own place. I'm using best case scenarios here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't break down. Well, I know a cousin. I have a friend who did. I ain't talking about that. I'm making this conversation as average as possible. All them one-offs, talk about that with somebody else. I'm giving you a basic scenario. In my basic scenario, man and woman met. They started dating. At some point, they moved in together, which most married couples do. Not all. Most married couples live with each other for a little while with the intent to get married. So in this scenario, this man's paying for everything: the rent, the lights, the water, so forth, so on. Cool. Whatever she did before she met him, she's still doing the same exact thing, but she's not paying for any rent, water, electricity, so forth. She's still paying for her car insurance, her car, her cell phone bill, but everything else the man taking care of. Cool. Now they go out and get married. Baby, I love you so much. Let's get married. She's like, absolutely. This is going to be the most happiest moment of my life. They get married. They have between 10 to 100 people at the wedding. Everybody's good. They go on a honeymoon and they live happily ever after until at some point the man asks a question like, hey, I see you got a spending problem over here. Like, you buying a lot of stuff. Like, how much debt do you have? And she's like, oh, just like $40,000 in credit card debt. What? Man's like, yo, what just happened here? I was paying for everything for 6 months to 2 years, normal time frame for a person to get married. Just say 6 months to 5 years. Whatever the range is irrelevant. In this scenario, the man was paying for a lot of the bills. Not all. He paid for her car insurance, and her cell phone bill, but he paid for everything else. And she still has $40,000 in credit card debt. Do you think that's ground for divorce? They ain't the subject though. The point is that he never during the dating phase and the phase asked her any questions about her finances. Because at the time, what he didn't know is she had $20,000 in debt from credit cards, and she also has $70,000 in debt from college. Now, as a mother who's watching this video, you're thinking to yourself, I would never allow my son to marry a woman who has $90,000 in debt. I agree. But guess what? Most men never even ask these questions. I heard this from a person. I'm gonna even mention her name because when she watches this video, if she ever watches it, she can be like, yeah, I remember saying that a long time ago. Her name is Jennifer. And she said, the only way I would date a man is I got to ask him what his credit score is. And I started thinking about like, yo, that's a pretty good way to figure out what kind of man you're dating. I never dated her, so forth one. That's irrelevant. But she said that one time out loud. I was like, damn, that's pretty damn cool. So in this scenario, the man didn't even ask any questions about the woman, and on behold, $70,000 in debt by the time they had met, and $20,000 in credit card debt. So she's in the whole $90,000. Now, during the relationship, she kept her normal spending habits, and now she's $110,000 in debt because she gained up $20,000 more in credit card debt. All of this could have been avoided if what? They would have had the conversation about how much debt do you have? Flip it right fast. Let's go to another scenario. Man and woman meet. Man and woman are together. They didn't have some bedroom fun. A lot of it. And it's so good. It's demure. It's the most demure of all time. He says, I want to marry you. Now, in this scenario, they're paying 50-50. Paying 50 for the rent, 50 for the rent. He paid 50, she paid 50. Electric, water, gas, cars. Their cars are separate. I'm gonna give the best case scenario. They're paying their own individual cars, their own individual car insurance because they haven't combined everything as of yet. Then they get married. And they're still doing 50-50. So whatever her normal habits is, she's keeping it. Whatever his normal habits is, he's keeping it. They're married. And at some point, one of the two lose their job due to the economy, due to AI, due to a situation. And they've been paying 50-50 for a long time. Now, you would think, I want y'all to really critically think about this scenario right fast. Since the beginning, he's been paying 50, she's been paying 50. One of the two is irrelevant, which one it is, lost their job. Now, if they're both paying 50-50, if they were single, they'd be paying 100. So you would think in your head, what they should be doing, somebody should be saving some money, right? Nope. In most scenarios, both people are spending money. Not in all. I got a cousin who saves money. I got a friend who I ain't talking about them. We all stop talking about these one-off people and go with the average. Do y'all know that the world works in generalities? Think about it like this. There's not Braille on every building. Do you know why? Because everybody ain't blind. On average, most people can see. That's why they're not Braille on every building. I'm giving you guys a scenario for the average, not for the one-offs. Most mouses are right-handed. Most guns are right-handed. Why? Because most people are right-handed. I ain't talking about the left-handed people. I'm talking about the in general statement. Going back to my point. I have to make that because one person watching this video like, they ain't right. I know a person that I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the average couple. In this scenario, they're both paying 50-50. Somebody lost their job. And you would think somebody's saving some money. Nope. They're about to go through it. Now they start gathering things together. Okay, how many pair of Jordans you got? I got like 50. How many Gucci bags you got? I got like 10. What about Chanel bags? I got 8 of those. What about I got 10 of those? Like, wait a minute. Y'all balling so hard. Y'all done been to Bali, been in Jamaica. Somebody lost their job. Y'all got $1,000 in the bank account right now. and the person lost their job. And if y'all don't know, in 2026, the economy is pretty bad and it's very hard to get a job right now. So how they gonna make it? And my point of this video is to show to you guys that no one's talking about how much debt you have before marriage. And most importantly, how are your spending habits? In this scenario, he has hypothetically, let's say he has probably 20,000 in debt. That's from his car, from credit card debt. I'm not gonna go student loans. From his car and his credit cards loan, he has 30,000 in debt. From her, I'm not gonna use. She has a car. More than likely, women have a nice car, and I get it because y'all are not mechanics, so I get it. She have a newer car. I'm gonna give her worst case scenario. I'm gonna give her. She probably owe 20,000 in a car. Credit card debt for the average woman, I'm gonna give her on a low end. I'm gonna say 10,000. So she's 30,000 in the hole, but she went to college, and guess what? She's highly educated. So her highly educated ass, she probably owes, let's just say 40,000 in student loans. So she's 70,000 in debt, and she's paying 50-50 with her man. How long will this relationship last? Because at some point, somebody got to either get a job, so selling those Jordans, selling them Gucci bags, them Chanel bags. Somebody gonna have to do something. And this is why premarital counseling is awesome. But the most important topic, well, there's actually a couple, but I'm gonna talk about one in this video, talking about debt. How much debt do you owe? Let's just say, hypothetically, you discover as a woman that your man had 30,000 in debt, 20,000 in a car, 10,000 in credit. What's his credit score? His credit score hypothetically is a 500. Would you bet on him turning it around? If the answer is yes, then cool. No harm, no foul. The point is, did you even ask him what those numbers are? Because you don't know what you're walking yourself into. From a man to a woman's point of view, ask her the same question, like, hey, how much debt do you have? I only got, like 50,000 in student loans because, I'm highly educated. I'm a boss. Black women are the most educated. Like, really? All right, that's really Chinese, but that's not the story, though. So it's like, okay, I'm the most educated. I got 50,000 in student loans. Okay, cool. So what about credit card debt? How much do you have? I only got like 15,000, but I'm working on it, though. I pay the minimums every month. You pay the minimums every month. What's the interest rate? Oh, interest rate, it's like, I don't know. Hold on for a second. Let me go check it out. Oh, it's just 29%. So you're paying the minimums on 29% interest on a credit card, and you owe 15,000 in credit card debt. When do you plan on paying that off? On the minimums? It's like 5 years, right? How much money do you owe on the car? Oh, I got it's new. I got some stuff done to it so forth, small. It's I got it straight off the lot and this and that. Only owe like 20,000 on it. Okay, the car loan makes sense. The credit card is wild. Making the minimum payments on the credit card, but you got Gucci bags, Chanel bags. You got like 5 or 6 different wigs. You got names for them. Oh, this is Karen. This is Janet. This is Tasha. This is LaToya. This is Beyonce. This is like, what are we doing right now? Oh, the insanity of this conversation is blowing my mind as I'm talking about it out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, for us who are already married, well, not us, I'm not married, but what I'm saying is for those who are already married and y'all are striving, congratulations. A lot of y'all had somewhat conversations about debt and, most importantly, spending habits during the marriage. That's why you guys have been lasting so long. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I believe a power couple is a couple who's been married for 10 years plus. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about all that stuff. If you've been married for 10 plus years, you guys are the power couples. Now, what I didn't say is about happiness. I don't give a damn about your happiness, but to be a power couple, I think you guys been married 10 years. You guys are the power couple. So married couples have been married for 10 plus years. Congratulations on you guys. Cool. Anybody less than 10 years, how often you guys have that money conversation? He's not giving you enough. She's not saving enough. And the reason I mentioned her in the savings part, because let's be completely honest, women are spenders. in general. Yes, I got a homegirl who saves money. I got a homegirl who does this. My mama does this. I ain't talking about them. If you line up 100 women and look at their spending habits, a lot of them are terrible. That's what I'm talking about. The in general statement, not the oh, I know a person. I don't give a damn about the person you know. You are who you hang around. If you hang around a lot of successful people, you can be the next successful person. Cool. You might be in that successful group, but most people ain't. Or what you don't know is a lot of people will be faking it till they make it, and you look at their credit score, it's probably a 500. They didn't miss a lot of down payments, but you'll never know about it because they're bling blinging. They're doing the damn thing. They look good. Man, I got this nice house. I got this nice car. Walk inside that house. Look at that furniture. Furniture. There's no furniture. Is that a crate? What is that? A trap house? Lawn chair inside the house? Yes, but the house looks great. My point of this video is for the married couples, and most importantly for the moms and dads out there, whether you guys be together or apart, teach your sons and daughters to ask questions about the finances of their potential partner as soon as possible. I ain't even gonna lie to you. In 2026, it could be the first date. Hey, let's be bluntly honest here. I know I'm taking you out to this restaurant, or she's going to a restaurant and she's receiving somebody's bringing her on a date. Hey man, what's your credit score? Hey lady, what's your credit score? We at Dave and Buster's, we're at Roof Chris, we had a nice restaurant, whatever it may have been. For some of you guys, Applebee's, and there's nothing wrong with Applebee's. There's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. Make that bluntly honest. I gotta tell you guys a story about Cheesecake Factory. Put that on another podcast. How much debt do you have? If you're not asking these questions within the first maybe 5 to 10 days, you're just wasting your time. Credit score, how much debt do you have? And the most important next follow-up question is, what are your spending habits? Let me say it again. Some of the biggest questions you need to ask on a date is this: how much debt do you have? What is your credit score? And the last question is, what are your spending habits? Once you get those three answers, it's going to determine the future of your relationship. Now, can things be fixed? Absolutely. But what I'm saying out loud is, if you don't even know where you're starting at, God forbid you're in a scenario that you're in a 50-50 scenario, or you're in a scenario where a man's paying for everything and the woman is spending all the money. And then something were to happen, who has the safety nets for you guys? A lot of this happened for me. So thinking this, I'm born and raised in New Orleans, and Hurricane Katrina happened. And when Hurricane Katrina happened, a lot of people didn't have $500 to get a rental car, or their car was almost busted at all. They couldn't go to Texas, to Tennessee, to Alabama, to Mississippi, to Georgia. Why? Because they ain't got no money. They're faking it until they make it. They're peacocking. So to wrap this video up, everybody should have a talk with their son or daughter, regardless of age. If they ain't married, regardless of the age. They could be 40 years old. You could be the mama. Hey, boy, come here for a second. Hey, girl, come here for a second. Let me talk to you. The next date you go on, within the first 5 to 10 dates, you need to have the money conversation, because it's going to save you in the long run. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe to the video. Am I right? Am I wrong? Hey, we'll talk about it later on. And with that being said, keep the party going.